Early the next morning, we start out for Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area. It isn't hard to see that this is a newly built roadway just on the edge of residential construction in Henderson. In fact, this is the first official building at Sloan Canyon, a contact station where visitors can get help planning their activities for the day. We arrive to meet Ranger Jim Flook.
Morning, Jim.
Hi, Dave.
Thanks for meeting us out here.
Hi there,
Hi,
good
Chris.
morning.
Good morning. Welcome to
Thank
Sloan
you.
Canyon National Conservation Area. Right behind me, we have our contact station here, and this is the spot where you can come and talk to a park ranger, ask any questions you have, get some information to get started on a hike or anything else you'd like to do here at Sloan.
That's cool, and it's fascinating to see this is here with such a great view of downtown. It feels like we're out in the wilderness, but we're not that far away from town.
Yeah, we've got one of the best views of Vegas, and as you said, we do actually have a wilderness right behind you. We're one of the few places in the entire United States where we've got a wilderness area within about a half hour of an urban area. So we've got a great opportunity for people to come out here to experience a wilderness. You can even do some backcountry camping and hiking there as well.
Oh, wonderful. I know we're going to do a little bit of hiking today and see some of the sights of the canyon.
Yeah, so we're standing at the north entrance to Petroglyph Canyon. We're actually going to start out from our south entrance at our Hidden Valley Trailhead and check out a couple of the petroglyphs there. And after that, we're planning to take a hike Black Mountain, which is the tallest peak here on the North McCullough Range.
The
Great.
legs are already tired just looking at it. All
Oh,
right.
I'm ready to go.
Get
It's
started.
a great climb.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
We follow Jim around the west side of the park and south along State Route 604. Then back up to the south side of Sloan Canyon to an area called Hidden Valley.
All right, so we've made it out to our Hidden Valley Trailhead. This is our 300 trail right here. This is the south entrance to Petroglyph Canyon. Only about a 5-minute walk or so, about a 1/10 of a mile, and you're going to get to see some Sloan Canyon petroglyphs.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
All right, you ready?
Sounds great.
Hey, Jim, what are those two peaks over there?
So a lot of the different peaks that we have aren't necessarily formally named, and a lot of hiking clubs in the area will develop their own names.
Okay.
So sometimes you'll hear them referred to as Twin Sisters, sometimes you hear them referred to as Camelback, or as Dromedary as well.
That makes sense.
Jim's passion for Sloan Canyon is obvious and contagious, and he loves sharing it. He's a big supporter of the Every Kid in a Park program, which provides free federal land passes to all fourth graders. His only request to all visitors is leave no trace.
All right, so we've got a few of our petroglyphs over here to the right.
Oh, yeah.
And if you take a look right up here, the rock kind of
Oh, wow.
resembles a triangle.
Oh,
You're going to
yeah.
see a curvilinear glyph right there.
That's
That's
I
beautiful.
think spiral when I look at that. Do you know what that might represent or what it might mean?
That's probably the biggest challenge that we have with the glyphs, because we get to see these amazing things, and our question is, well, what does it mean?
Yeah.
The answer is kind of disappointing. We don't know. But we don't have the ability to interpret any specific glyph.
You can kind of make up your own story if you want.
I see a map.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. More functional than just making a silly image. Can we wander about, see if we can spot a few more?
All right, let's keep going.
Cool.
As we wander, we see some anthropomorphic glyphs, ones shaped like people, that we won't show here because it goes against the cultural traditions of the Native Americans in the area. But that's just one more reason for you to come on out and see them in person. We could wander and search for more rock art all day, but Jim has something even bigger in store for us, so we return to the vehicles and retrace our steps back into Henderson. It's odd starting a mountain hike in a neighborhood, but this is the Shadow Canyon Trailhead. It's the result of a partnership between the city of Henderson and the BLM. The trail begins on the Anthem East Trail and continues into Sloan Canyon territory.
We're basically the backyard for folks that live here in Henderson. Makes it real easy for folks to come join us on a regular basis. Well, should we get our hike started?
Sounds good.
Let's take a quick look at our map here before we get started. Got a nice smiley face here for our location. So we are going to be taking the Black Mountain South Loop. So we're looking at a 6.5 mile walk from here. It's quite a hike. It's a fun hike, but definitely not a beginner hike.
Well, we got our sunscreen on and we got our water, so I think we're set and ready to do it.
Okay, let's head out.
Right now we all look like that smiley guy. See how we feel in a few miles.
The Black Mountain Trail is one of many in Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area. Each trail has been given a number, and you'll see them identified by those numbers on trail markers. Today, we're on Trail 404.
The first couple of miles are pretty flat and easy to walk, but with precious little shade, we'll be exposed to the elements. To come out here, you must remember to bring appropriate clothing, hats, and sunscreen.
Of course, anytime you're going to be out for an extended period, make sure to bring food and plenty of water. They are essential when you are hiking in locations that are extremely arid or climbing in elevation. Today, we are dealing with both. As we gain in elevation, the views all around us get better and better. We get a real sense of just how large Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area is. With so much public land to oversee, the BLM often needs help to maintain and improve it, and it gets help from volunteers. The BLM offers a volunteer guide on its website.
Stopping point?
Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
Well, believe it or not, we're looking at the outside edge of about an 18-million-year-old stratovolcano.
Oh, cool.
So all of this rock is igneous rock, which is volcanic. And one of the dead giveaways is to look at this porous nature of the surface. You're looking at spots where pockets of gas escaped as they came up.
Can you imagine a volcano actively happening right here?
Hopefully not today.
Hopefully not today, and hopefully not too many pockets of gas escaping while we're climbing this hill.
The terrain gets rockier and steeper as we follow the ridge toward the peak. The trail includes a series of switchbacks to allow for a less grueling ascent.
So I have to say, this to me is the quintessential desert vegetation. This is what I think of when I think desert.
Yeah, if you're going to think about the Mojave Desert, you've got to be thinking about a Joshua tree.
So what makes a Joshua tree so adapted to this area?
The Joshua tree is not going to get water all the time, but it's going to store that water and it's going to grow as it's available. So, in some ways it's a lot like a college student. You've got to really think about when that resource is coming in and how you're going to use it, right?
You have to budget that allowance or budget that money, right?
Don't blow it on the weekend.
All right, let's
do
keep
it.
going to the top.
You're working us hard today.
Oh, it hasn't even started.
We're about 400 vertical feet from the summit, but it's not an easy climb. The volcanic rocks are now part of the trail, creating obstacles for us.
At this point, I'm beginning to fatigue and fall behind. I tried to go too fast to keep up with the avid hikers, Jim and Chris, and that's a mistake. At one point, I begin feeling lightheaded and I have to stop and sit down, drink some water, and eat something to get some salt in my system. This is where I cannot emphasize enough: take food and water with you. I really don't know what I would have done without it.
This kind of climbing is not necessarily fast, and as we continue, we're getting more concerned about how much light we have left in the day. When out exploring, we always want to err on the side of safety, and ultimately, that's what we did here.
Dave, how are you feeling?
You can tell I'm feeling a little bit fatigued, and thank you for the poles, because I was really starting to feel it down there.
Yeah, Dave, one of the principles of Leave No Trace Behind is knowing your limits. It's one of the most important decisions anybody who's in the outdoor, whatever activity they're doing, can make.
Because it can sneak up on you, and it's better to be safe than get into trouble.
Absolutely.
And look at it this way. We still have a gorgeous view.
Yeah, we've got this incredible view looking back towards the entirety of the Las Vegas Valley. It's just incredible.
It is stunning.
Thank you very much for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Great to have you both here at Sloan Canyon. Great to have you both.
Thank you. That's Jim Fluke. I'm Dave Santina.
And I'm Chris.
Until our next Wild Nevada, get out here and enjoy this beautiful state for yourself.